So I've been on Instagram for about 10 minutes this morning and have been told 4 different ways in which I should be eating my breakfast. I've been told to eat bacon and eggs because you have to start your day with protein. I've been told to have oatmeal or porridge because I need the carbs for energy. I've been told not to have breakfast and to practice intermittent fasting. And I've been told that breakfast is the most important part of your day and you should definitely eat breakfast. Pretty confusing, right? So much noise, so many different messages. It's really, really overwhelming. So have you ever been in this situation where you've stood in a supermarket and you've been literally paralyzed, not knowing what to take because you've got all this noise in your head? And it's no wonder because we've got so much information flying at us. Now, I'm not saying that nutrition advice isn't helpful. It definitely can be. And I'm not saying not to have a basic understanding and some knowledge. I do think that that is really helpful. But when there's too much noise, when there are too many opposing opinions, like being, forced down your throat, like it gets just to that point of being overwhelming. And it means that we're in our head rather than actually listening to our bodies. So this is what I really try for myself, for my clients, to meet that balance between understanding nutrition, because like I said, there's some information which is helpful to know. So a basic understanding of nutrition, but more importantly, an understanding of your body, an understanding of what it is that you need, an understanding of what works for you. Because here's the thing, and this is not necessarily what Instagram's going to tell you. What works for one person does not mean it will work for another. And that's why, one person will try a certain diet and it might work for them. Probably only short term, but for a while it might work for them. They may benefit from it in various different ways. Another person tries the exact same diet and it does not feel good in their body, does not give them good results, isn't sustainable for them. And, they then feel like, oh, there's something wrong with me because it worked for my sister or it worked for my best friend. Like, why hasn't it worked for me? But we're all unique, we're all individual, and what works for one doesn't necessarily work for another. And knowing that about yourself and being able to know, I do really well on X, or I definitely need Y. Knowing that and having confidence in yourself of what it is that helps your body, what it is that supports your body, that is freedom. When you can block out all the noise and almost just laugh. It's okay, here's someone else telling me to do this and I know that doesn't work for me. But until you have that confidence, until you feel grounded in understanding, what suits you, you do get distracted by all the things out there. You do get distracted, thinking, oh, I should try that, I should do that. And then, you have this ping pong effect where you're, trying this diet, doing this plan. And it just creates so much tension and uptightness and steals your energy and steals your joy. And it shouldn't be what you choose to eat shouldn't be dictated by what your head is telling you. It should be a whole body experience. And yes, there may be some logic applied to it, but not solely based on logic, not solely based on following that diet plan, because that doesn't work. So all that to say is that, there's so much noise on Instagram, so much noise out there. It is so confusing. And if you are feeling confused, if you are feeling like that, I remember that paralysis of being unsure about what to actually feed myself, because I had all these different voices in my head saying, do this, do that, don't do that, never do that, you'll die if you do that. And it just gets so overwhelming. So I just wanted to let you know that, if that's where you're at, you are not alone. There are many others, and me included, who have either been there or are there. And I also want to let you know that there is a way out of all that noise. And that really is about getting to know yourself better. That is about understanding what works for you and like putting less pressure on yourself, not trying to, reach this sort of perfect nutrition plan. There is no such thing. Like, let's just have more nuance, more flexibility. Let's aim to feel good. Let's aim to feel good. And like, just use your food as an experiment. See, like, I'm plant-based. I've been vegetarian since I was 15. Being plant-based works really well for me. But like, I made that choice based on ethical decisions, not based on like whether it was better for my health or not. And that's what I do, and that's what works for me. But of course, I have clients who have tried being vegetarian or even being vegan, and it like has not worked for them at all. And there's an element that could be filling in the gaps with understanding more about nutrition to understand where they can derive their plant-based protein. But there's also a good chance that it just doesn't work in their bodies, like that it doesn't suit them. Maybe they're a different blood type from me. Maybe, being vegetarian, plant-based doesn't work for them. And so, that's just about understanding yourself and not forcing yourself into this pigeonhole, not trying to be something that you're not, just allowing yourself to be the beautiful, perfect, imperfect person that you are, and feeding your body, fueling your body with what works for you.